I don't know if you can see it, but here's my belly button.
He may be the coolest 11-year-old around. Refined flies high as Alaska Airlines welcomes a new captain, making his wish come true.
Yes, there's Seattle. Oh my goodness, look at this, is so realistic.
Plus,
Ooh, look at that. I made ice cream.
You made ice cream.
an ice cream shop that mixes sweet with science is expanding. We'll tell you where the new spot will be.
And more Tyler seems to be the consensus among America.
Refine's Bachelor Roundtable picks favorites as we reach the finale of Hannah's crazy and cringeworthy season.
Oh my God, this is so awkward.
Seattle Refined starts now. Hi, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanson. Have you ever met someone who was born to do something? Their passion runs so deep, you can't imagine them doing anything else? Well, that's how I feel about a boy named Tristan. His love for aviation is something I have never seen before. And thanks to Make-A-Wish, his spirit for flying is stronger than ever.
I'm wearing a little pilot outfit. It's cute. I think it's pretty cute.
11-year-old Tristan isn't just playing dress-up. This tailored pilot uniform is helping the Coeur d'Alene, Idaho boy transform into Captain Tristan for a day at the Alaska Airlines Flight Training Center in SeaTac.
For him being really close to being a real pilot. So that is, this is big for him.
Tristan's parents brought him here to fulfill his dream of becoming a pilot thanks to Make-A-Wish. He shares the love of aviation with his father.
Both of them are really fun to watch because I just sit and watch because they sit and they step by step talk about everything that's happening. And then he wants to one day have his own airlines called Infinity Airlines. And
that flies anywhere.
That flies anywhere, and he's gonna have big airplanes. I mean, we've been flying so often that the pilots, we got to know most of the pilots.
That's what he'll do. He'll charm them, and then all of a sudden he gets flight information nobody else gets.
Tristan is no stranger to flying. He makes frequent trips to Western Washington to get treatment for his chronic condition at Seattle Children's.
Tristan has pulmonary hypertension, and he was diagnosed almost 4 years ago. His oxygen levels are usually low, which means he doesn't have much energy. He'll feel short of breath. He'll feel tired. I don't wish it on anyone. It's not easy. It's so rare, nobody really knows much about it, and currently there's no cure.
But as you can see, Tristan has not let his condition slow him down. His spirit is still flying high.
I'm also wearing these cool pants and Minecraft socks, of course. And I don't know if you can see it, but here's my belly button.
He is the bravest of any person I've ever known. Yeah, you couldn't be more proud of a child. He's brilliant. He's like Stephen Hawkins. His little body's frail, but he's a mental giant.
Today is not only special because Tristan gets to meet two top pilots at Alaska Airlines, he also gets to fly in a high-tech simulator. It feels like the real deal at 30,000 feet.
Are you ready, Captain?
Yep, okay, here we go. Cool, board, Alaska Flight 1. 1. Our flight time today is going to be 41 minutes.
Go back a little more. There you go.
Yes, there's Seattle. Oh my goodness, look at this, is so realistic. Oh, I love it with motion so much. Now we're landing at Las Vegas at night, and it's gonna be beautiful. So enjoy the woo. That's what we want, right?
Yep.
We need to bring it down a little bit. There we go.
That looks good. Beautiful. Speed brake. Nice. All right, nice job. Congratulations.
What do you think, Tristan?
That was fun. That was awesome, dude. It was amazing. I get to do takeoffs and landings and takeoffs and landings, and it was super fun. There was lots of cool noises, and it was really realistic. I got to do it with motion and without motion. It was lots of fun. I had bundles of fun.
It wasn't just an unforgettable day for Tristan. It's also something these Alaska pilots will never forget.
Probably one of the coolest days that I've spent. We need to get the professional evaluation ready for this. So we have a rating scale, and it's 1 through 5, and he's easily a 5 all the way through. He did an awesome job.
For sure. For me, I hope it inspires Tristan to want to maybe get involved in aviation someday, whether it's being a pilot or he had a, yeah.
We also believe he'll be a pilot someday, because for Tristan, the sky's the limit. Thanks so much to Make-A-Wish Alaska in Washington for helping out Tristan. If you want to help make wishes come true for kids like Tristan, please join us for the Make-A-Wish Wishes in Flight mileage drive on Thursday. You can donate unused miles from Alaska, Delta, United, American, Southwest, and JetBlue. Tune in to Como 4 all day on August 1st to learn more. Die-hard Katy Perry fans in Seattle are about to have their wish come true. Rumor has it that Katy Perry will be holding a private concert for Amazon employees this summer. It's reportedly happening on August 20th. Amazonians are apparently able to bring a +1 that night, so if you know anyone, now is the time to text those tech friends. It's the night Bachelor Nation has been waiting for. Hannah's journey for love finally comes to an end, and to say it's been a dramatic ride would be a major understatement. Of course, our Refined Roundtable has a lot to say about the final men, vying for Hannah's heart. Take it away, you guys.
Hannah's journey to find love finally culminates this week. All will be revealed. We'll know who she picks. One thing we know for sure, Luke P is not the man of her dreams, and my man went out in a blaze of glory last week.
I feel like that guy, and not an ounce of me misses him.
Slow clap for Luke
Slow
P
clap
being on.
for Hannah finally finding the light herself and saying bye-bye in really, I mean, it was a 2-hour episode, but those first 30 minutes was where all of the good stuff happened, where it was a standoff between Luke, Hannah, and her men.
The best part was the video he cut in the car. It was like a man about to commit a crime, like confessing prior to going. It was just him holding the phone. It was a manifesto.
I'm not through. This isn't over for me yet. She doesn't know it yet. But I'm on my way.
She doesn't know I'm coming, but I'm coming.
Jed, Tyler, and Peter all line up, and they see Luke walk out, and they're like, crap, Luke's still here. You know, she still wants to keep him around. And then Hannah walks up, and she's like, what are you doing here? And things just started getting awkward.
Listen, I can't go home until I talk to you and get a few things off my heart.
No.
Hannah, I'm gonna stand here all day until you...
No, you're not.
The big dummy that Luke is showing up with a dang ring in his hand. Like, what is this guy thinking? She already told him off, and he's coming to try to propose to this girl. He is so stupid. It's just mind-blowing.
You will leave because I've already sent you home. That's not how this works.
And she's like, do you want closure? And she actually picks up the podium with the roses on it and slams it down like, let's do this. And the sexiest part was when all the guys started being like, whoo, like trying to stick up for her, be like, bro, she said, leave her alone.
Luke, dude, just let her.
Can you guys give me a minute?
We've given you plenty of minutes, dude.
Listen, lay your hands off me.
I would just like to say, Hannah is at her best when she's fired up because she eviscerated Luke.
Can you seriously look me in the eyes and tell me that you have complete clarity and that you have no feelings for me any longer?
I can.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
And then we're like, okay, we're gonna be ready for the next step, but then they just switched to the men tell all. So we don't know right now between Tyler, Jed, and Peter who's going home. Now it's time to grill Luke P. I mean, talk about a guy that was in the hot seat. Luke P was in the hot seat.
Luke, come on out. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Come on in.
And when they introduced Luke P, you could hear almost a pin drop in there. The claps for him were almost non-existent, and that alone, I was like, this next hour is going to get real awkward, and it did.
Do you feel like you made any mistakes?
If I could go back, I wouldn't change a thing.
I can't tell if he is just, again, a big, huge dummy, or he's the most calculated narcissist ever. I just couldn't tell.
You know, from day one coming here, you know, I felt like I was on a rescue mission for Hannah.
What's up? Man, I just gotta call out when I see it.
The one thing I will say is, Dustin coming out, no, you know what? His name's Devin. You know what? Some guy who was on the show for 2 weeks, coming out to try to confront Luke. Like, he wasn't the guy I would have sent on that mission.
It takes time to become, like, a man to make mistakes, but, dude, you had a very long time of mistakes, so I can't I'm sorry, Chris.
No.
There is the one person on Men Tell All or Women Tell All that maybe was let go in week 1, 2, or 3 and decides this is my time to actually shine, and they come up to confront the bully, and you're just like, I mean, yes, he's a bully and he's a villain, but who are you?
Well, all the guys are basically attacking Luke on how he thinks about women.
I think that you are a narcissistic, a cantankerous, a misogynist.
Shout out to Tall Connor for spitting the hottest fire at Luke of any of the men.
You know, honestly, I wish I had said this earlier to you, but just you, man. Like, you're a liar, manipulator, you're controlling, and you honestly are a psychopath. And I think everything you're about to hear tonight, you deserve.
I definitely think there was a part of him that stayed on that stage because he wanted to be a martyr. He wanted to be like he was standing up for a lot of things, but everything that came out of his mouth definitely sounded awful. So he finally sits down. Hannah comes on. She finally kind of comes at him for stuff.
Fantasy suites aren't used for sex, Luke. You didn't have one, so maybe you don't know, but the fantasy suites aren't used for sex.
Hannah was just kind of finally giving it to him, and then Hannah goes, finally, the Luke P show is canceled, so finally we can close this chapter on Luke P.
I'm tired of talking about him. Chris, are you tired of talking about him?
Amen.
Are y'all tired of talking about him? The Luke P show is canceled. We will not renew the season.
And then there were 3. We're left with Jed, Peter, and Tyler. One of these men is going to win Hannah's heart. I'd just like to go around the round table and see, who do you think's going to win this thing?
I want Tyler to win. I think Jed's gonna win.
I think Jed's gonna win because I think at this point he was so almost looking out for her. I think she thinks with the whole Luke P thing. So I think, and this has kind of turned the relationship around. I think Peter should win. I really do. I think she's gonna choose Jed, and I think Tyler has got to be the next Bachelor. Please.
Yeah, I'm just so excited where things are headed with us. I love this girl. She's a special girl.
Big Mike got a Bachelorette on Men Tell All, though.
So I'm sorry, and you deserve
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
the best, and I'm rooting for you for the best.
Thank you.
Although I do want Tyler to win, I also want him to be the Bachelor. I can't decide. I just want more Tyler.
No matter how this all ends, doesn't matter because we're already counting down the days until Bachelor in Paradise.
The Bachelor finale airs Monday night right here on Como 4. And don't forget, Bachelor Paradise gets underway August 5th. Coming up on Refined, we go back to the future aboard the Love Boat.
I like you too.
Who gets to do that? Gets to work as a kid, make a lot of money, travel all over the world.
On a cruise ship.
What the youngest star of the popular 70s and 80s dramedy is up to now. Plus, ice cream that just might make you smarter.
Science! Awesome!
The sweet treat that's part dessert and part chemistry class. Welcome back to the show. I'm Gard Swanson. You know, one of our favorite ice cream shops is growing. Cloud9 Creamery plans to open a second location in Ballard. And if you don't know Cloud9, it's a place that mixes sweet treats with a little bit of science. Here's Carrie Brandenburg with a refined rewind of their first spot in Tukwila.
An ice cream shop at the mall. That doesn't sound too special. But add a little chemistry, and now you have my attention.
We wanted it to be just like an immersive experience plus ice cream.
Andrew Hagee opened Cloud9 Creamery at Westfield South Center in Tukwila with his partner Gino. They create ice cream on the spot, blasting it with liquid nitrogen from this 500-gallon tank.
Well, we use liquid nitrogen, so we flash freeze ice cream, so it's going to always be creamier. It's going to have more flavor.
Is it dangerous?
So with liquid is definitely dangerous. But we had a program created so we can actually automate our system. Ours is push a button, it does a recipe, you stand back, it creates it for you.
Very cool. Can you show me how we make one then? All right, let's do it.
Safety first, and a little science 101.
Do this.
Okay, so one thing cool about liquid nitrogen, obviously, it's negative 320 degrees, it's really cold. This concrete's going to be a lot warmer than negative 320 degrees, so you'll actually see, here we go.
Whoa! That was awesome!
At Cloud9, You can make your own concoction or choose a signature dish, from the Cookie Monster to the banana cream pie that's actually infused with a real slice of pie. But today, I'm going with a pick-me-up.
So press that button right there. 5.
5?
Yep.
This is so cool. And it's cold.
It is. See how cold that is?
Yes.
Do 5 again. And then watch the liquid come out.
Wow. Ooh, look at that. I made ice cream.
You made ice cream.
All right, it's my science experiment. Put it to the test. Get it all.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That's so good.
All of our signatures actually come with a caramel syringe.
Oh my God, even more
Right?
caramel. This is definitely the best tasting science experiment I've ever done. Who knew?
The new Cloud9 Creamery should open by November in the Ballard Blocks. When we get more information, we'll let you know. Coming up, it's not the Love Boat, but it's pretty close. We get a cruise ship tour with little Vikki. Plus, meet Cindy Hopper, the latest and cutest pet in the Refined Spotlight. Welcome back to Refined, everybody. I'm Gerd Swanson. Well, if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, then chances are you were a fan of the Love Boat. And one of the show's most popular characters was the captain's daughter, Vikki Stubing, played by the adorable Jill Whelan. She rode the Love Boat until the end of the series in 1986. And as Como Seth Wayne discovered, she's still a big fan of cruising.
Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you.
Jill!
Seth, hey,
How are you? Oh, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you. Welcome aboard the Ruby Princess.
Thank you so much. I want to see everything on board.
I want to show you. Let's
Okay,
go. Let's go.
do it.
It floats back to you.
Little Vikki, I mean Jill Whelan, now 51, she's married, still dabbles in acting, and holds a new title these days, the Celebration Ambassador to Princess Cruises. So who better to give us a tour of one of the Princess Love Boats coming to Seattle this year?
Welcome to the Love Boat Disco Deck Party!
No surprise, but so much to see and do, like eating some good food, catching an award-winning show, or having a cocktail by the pool, like the Isaac. 1 part white rum, some pomegranate and lime juice, give it a good shake, and of course, that signature move.
I love treats.
But I had a surprise for Jill, with some old pictures dug deep into the Princess archives.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is.
Do you remember
wow.
these?
Yes, I have that, I think. I have that. Now I know where I got it from. How cool is this?
I like you too.
Who gets to do that? Gets to work as a kid, make a lot of money, work with your friends, and travel all over the world. It's like
On a cruise ship.
unbelievably amazing.
Yeah.
These are awesome.
Jill's still a fan of the high seas.
I grew up doing it, so I can't say enough about how much I love it. But also to be able to have this sort of security blanket of knowing that, okay, I'm in a foreign country, but I know where my home base is and it's secure, and you know, there's all of that too, which I love.
What's this for?
It was an amazing experience to grow up on board ship like this. And I spent my childhood seeing the world.
One place you've never been.
If you can believe it, Alaska.
What?
I know. It really is my sort of bucket list destination that I've never been to.
So many people want to go. And
Yes.
Port of Seattle.
It's in your backyard. You don't even have to get on a plane.
No kidding. And
Which
you
is
go all the way up to Alaska from Seattle.
Yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait to go.
And you can hop on board the Love Boat too. Every weekend, the Ruby Princess and her sister, the Emerald Princess, leave out of Pier 91 through the end of September. So, Guard, we'll see you on board.
We'll be right back. Welcome back to Refined, everybody. Now, before we wrap things up here on the show, here's what's hot on the web right now. Check out our first ever Refined Spotlight for a bunny rabbit. Meet Cindy Hopper. Her owner says Cindy is smart and learns tricks easily, and she loves to sit on top of the Roomba. She is seriously cute. If you want to nominate a pet for our Refined Spotlight, email us at hello@seattlerefined.com. All right, that's going to do it for today's show. I'm Gard Swanson. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you next time, right back here on Seattle Refined.